In 3 of the last 5 seasons with our voluntary side, we have won the league. In one of them, we finished in 3rd place, and in the other one, I think we finished 6th place, because we kind of may have got distracted by a European adventure. But we have certainly started to turn ourselves into the PSG of Romania, which is arguably what we want to be doing, because then we can start to become the PSG of Europe. Or more specifically, looking at the Champions League winners, the Man City of Europe, because they've won it literally 6 times in a row, and 7 times in the last 16 or 15 seasons. And speaking of the Champions League, obviously we have qualified for it thanks to last season's winning of the title, and we are hopefully going to be getting out of the group stages. That's all I really want us to do, get out of the group stages, and I think it should be possible. We want to win the league, we want to win the Romanian Cup, we want to win the Romanian Super Cup, although arguably I only really care about winning the league and doing well in Europe. That's the 2 that we have to do. Everything else is just a bonus. And in order to hopefully win the league once again and do alright in the Champions League, we've got about £30 million to spend. We had a little bit more, but I've already spent some of it. We have loaned out Samafak, the Thai central defender. He's gone out on loan to Sepsi, but that is not what we're here to talk about when it comes to transfers, because we have 4 brand new players joining the club. Shepard Sibanda is a Zimbabwean defender signed on a free transfer from FC Talonvision from Zimbabwe. I found him just knocking about in the Zimbabwe under-20 squad, and I went, I can get you on a free. Let's bring you in. I'm not expecting much. We've also signed Konstantin Radu, a 19-year-old Romanian defensive midfielder signed from FC Argos, once again on a free transfer once his contract expired. Tiboho Jacobs is a South African left-back and left-winger with 1 cap to his name, signed from Sundowns in South Africa. He's come in for £325,000. All of these players technically came in at the end of last season, but it was like June they came in, so they've not had the chance to actually do anything for us. Jacobs, I think, could be getting some game time this year. Somebody who's probably not going to get game time this year is Cosmin Stinger, who is an 18-year-old Romanian striker signed from Metalaglobus Bucharest. Could be their name, couldn't it? Who knows? He's come in for £375,000. He's certainly one for the future. I'm going to stick him on the development list, I assume, and probably try and loan him out. So that's all the transfer business we have done at the moment. Much like last season, we are basically going to try and kind of replace anyone that leaves. I'm not seeing us needing to do massive overhauls of players throughout the squad, but we're going to try and replace if we need to replace, because I think we've got a pretty decent squad right now. And part of that is because we have continued the Bahari loan, by the way. Obviously sold him in January last season, loaned him out to the end of the season, and then he's come back for, I think we're paying some of his wages at this point. We're paying £110,000 a month, which arguably might be too much money. He's going to cost about £1 million, isn't he? Right, let's jump forward then to the end of the transfer window. We're going to be 10 or so games into the season as well, and I'm hoping we just do all right. I want to be top 3 after 10 games. That'll do. And just like that, 9 games in, we are 3rd place in the table. Just 2 defeats, 7 wins. Worryingly, FC Argos are 9 for 9 right now. That's a concern. They are kind of running away with it, and we've not played them yet, which might be a good thing, because it might be that we are the ones to kind of stop that ridiculously good start of the season for them, and then they just fall down the table like they did at the end of last year. There has been a lot of transfer business taking place, by the way. 30-year-old Portuguese left-back, centre-back, right-winger Leon Schmidt, who actually played quite a lot last season, has left, signing for Al Maracaya for £900,000. We don't need him anymore. And Kasyan, who we signed last season on a free transfer because I thought he was a good player, he's left. He's gone back to Denmark for £900,000. We made stupid money from him from just basically one loan deal and then selling him. Ikenna Aziz should be a club legend because he scored the winning goal in the Europa Conference League final. He has left, signing for Al Fatah for £1.2 million. For potentially rising to £1.7 million, Davide Apollini has left, going to West Ham. The moment West Ham put a bid in for him, he just threw his toys out of the pram and I went, you know what, go, just leave. There's a 50% sell-on in there. If he turns out to be good, then there's a lot of money there. We technically had a loss here, but realistically, we won't have a loss once West Ham sell him. Another player who joined last season and has immediately left is Sami Salah, 27-year-old Egyptian, signed for Al Weda in Saudi Arabia for £4.5 million. And after a very good season at Carnevali as well, has left. He has moved back to Italy, signing for Empoli for 6.25, potentially rising to nearly £8 million. We've lost a lot of players we brought in last season to make our team better, which means this season we had to do something similar and bring in a whole bunch of new faces. And new faces we did bring in. Josep Luis Montandas is a 19-year-old Spanish left, right and attacking player. He has come in on a free transfer, formerly of Barcelona. He's already scored 6 and 3 assists in the league so far. For a free transfer, he's very good. Also on a free transfer is Thanos Letsas, a 28-year-old Greek footballer. Striker, central midfielder, defensive midfielder. I'm probably going to play him as a defensive midfielder, which doesn't make any sense, but once again, coming on a free transfer signed from AEK Athens. And Gareth Boyne is a 30-year-old Irish attacking midfielder signed from Nottingham Forest on a free transfer. This season, we have gone big with making our team good. Look how much money he's getting paid. He's getting paid nearly £50,000 a week. I think last season our highest earner was on maybe 19,000. We have blown our budgets out of the water for some of these players. Letsas is on 44,000 as well, so that's 2 players on very high wages. Bringing it back down to earth just a little bit, we've got Alexandru Fire, who is an 18-year-old Romanian right-winger signed from FC Arges for 2.8, potentially rising to £3.3 million. Obviously, he's one for the future, but will be sat in the first team, maybe getting some game time. Marius Andre is a similar situation, but will be getting game time this season. He is 22, 13 caps to his name, Romanian international signed from FCSB for £5 million. It's a lot of money, but much like us signing their goalkeeper last season, we've now signed their best centre-back. We've also brought in Demba Cisse, a 21-year-old Senegalese central defender, signed from U Cluj, formerly of Generation Foot. Decent centre-back, only 21, so plenty of time to grow as well. He's cost £2.7 million, which might be a bit steep, but I think we've got ourselves a very good defender. And finally, something that I don't do often is loan players, but we have loaned Koku Mwenya from Chelsea. You know why I've loaned him? Because I did try and sign him last season, I think. Whenever he moved to Chelsea, I was desperately trying to sign him from Craiova, and then Chelsea bought him. So I went, you know what? You can come to me then. If you're not going to play him, you can come to me on loan instead. So we've loaned in Mwenya until the end of the year. I think he's probably more going to be a left back. I don't know why, but I think that's where he's going to land. And that is pretty much the transfer business. We've got some loan deals. So Boras has gone out on loan. Is he getting any good? He's not. He's just getting game time somewhere else. Boras has gone out on loan. Neves has gone out on loan. Anyone else really worth talking about? Bruno Lopez, I feel like we've had for years. And we have. We've had him for 4 years now, and he's still rubbish. Yeah, just a bunch of players going on loan. We did manage to win the Romanian Super Cup for a second year in a row, beating CFR Cluj in the final. Meziani scoring a brace, apparently, by the looks of it. We can just see what the result was. So Meziani gets 2, Marcelo and Frias get a goal each as well. And the board, realistically, they want us to finish in the top 2, which is fine. Be competitive in the Champions League, which is perfectly fine. And then do all right in the other 2. When it comes to Champions Leagues, who have we got? We've got Montpellier, that's a win. We've got Ajax, that's hopefully a win. We've got Shakhtar again. Okay, we seem to play Shakhtar every year in the Champions League. Porto, PSG, Feyenoord, Lyon and Watford. Now, I know for a fact that might seem weird to you. Watford are very good. Watford are a very good Premier League side in this save. So I'm kind of... You'd think that we should win that one. I don't think we've got a chance. When it comes to players that we are locking in place, we are sticking with the 4-2-3-1 Black Panther formation. We are going to be playing Gabakal, might be his name, as our goalkeeper for the season. He has already started the season conceding 11, but also keeping 2 clean sheets. So he's okay. He's not amazing. We have got Jacobs, Tiboho Jacobs, the 20-year-old South African who's technically a left winger. He's going to be playing as a left back. Boyne, Letsas and Montandas will also be locked into. Boyne on that right-hand side, which I don't necessarily think is his best position, but that's where I want to use him. Letsas playing in that attacking midfield role, I think that kind of suits him absolutely perfectly down to a T. And then Montandas, I was contemplating the left-hand side, but actually putting him through the middle, he's only 19. I'm hoping he's going to get better as well. I think putting him as that striker might be the way forward. But that is what we are locking in for the season. Let's jump forward then to about December time, about the 20th of December. We'll come back to see what's happened in the first part of the season. We are top of the table. Montandas, top goal scorer in the league. Jacobs with 10 assists as well, so joint top assister in the league. Arges have kind of started to drop off, but not massively. It's still very close between Voluntari, Cluj and Arges at the top of the table. It is a 3-horse race right now after about 21 games. In the Champions League, we are second. We are second place in the Champions League, only behind Watford. Told you they were good. Told you Watford were very, very good at football. We have won 5 of our matches. Feyenoord, Porto, Shakhtar, Ajax and Montpellier. We have lost, I'm assuming PSG is PSG. We've got 2 matches still to play, which is Lyon and Watford. I'm worried because even though we are second, if we lose both of those games, we could drop down to like 10th, 11th, 12th kind of position. So I'm not kind of counting my chickens just yet. I want to take a look as well. Europa League. Cluj are currently sat 6th place, which is good. Coefficient points. Picking up some wins. Good wins as well against West Ham. That's a very good win. Anyone else from Romania? FCSB are there, but they have got to win. They've got to win in 3 draws. It'd be nice for them to get a few more. And then in the Europa Conference League, who have we got? I'm just looking at the flags. FC Arges have actually gone undefeated. Fair play. A 5-0 win against RFS from Latvia. Fair enough. And then 3 draws as well. Have we got anyone else? We do. We've got Arad. Arad qualified? I thought it was Botasani. So Arad picked up 3 wins as well and a draw. Was Botasani last year? Botasani might have been the season before. I might just be being an absolute clown, which is perfectly normal and acceptable. If it was, they didn't get to the group stage anyway. Right, so when it comes to January, what are we going to do from a transfers perspective? I don't think we need to do anything. Cut to 3 seconds time when we've sold like £8 million worth of players and we've spent £22 million on really expensive footballers. We've actually done very little. 2 players have left on loan deals. An 18-year-old going out on loan to Galati, maybe. And Eric Mahais has gone out on loan to CSM Resista. So, that's all that's left. We haven't sold anybody. And we've just taken a trip to Senegal to Generation Foot to bring in 2 players from there. Pap Diego Lopi, an 18-year-old Senegalese right-back, right-winger, maybe left wing-back. He has come in for, I think, £350,000. And Baba Ndoye has also joined from Generation Foot. He is a 19-year-old Senegalese attacking midfielder with 1 cap to his name. Once again, from Generation Foot, signed for £150,000. That's all we've done. That is literally all we've done when it comes to this transfer business. Oh, did I mention? I don't think I mentioned this because it technically happened after the transfer window shut. Turkal has left for 900,000, 325,000, potentially 4. Yeah, we just never played him. And looking at the league table now, 26 games in, so only, 7 or 8 more have been played. We are still top, but it is now down to just a 2-horse race between us and FC Arges, obviously our former team. The Romanian Cup is going quite well. We're into the quarter-final. Obviously, we know we won the Romanian Super Cup. And the Champions League, we're in the knockout playoff round. Yeah, so exactly what I thought was going to happen did happen. I don't think we lost both games, but we did drop down to 10th place. So we drew with Lyon, a 2-2 draw, and then lost 3-1 against Watford, which meant we did drop down from 2nd place with 2 games to go down to 10th, putting us into the qualifying rounds. But we have Fiorentina, and I'm pretty sure, can we do previous meetings? I think we've beaten them before. We've not. We've drawn with them. We've played them once and we've drawn 2-2. I think we're good enough to beat them. And just so you know, for the remainder of the season, this is what we are locking in. So exactly the same players. Gabakel as our goalkeeper, Jacobs as our left-back, Boyne as our right winger, Letsas as our attacking midfielder, and Montandas as our striker. You can see the goals already being scored. Boyne has 15, Letsas on 13, Montandas on 23. We've got Meziani as well on 15 goals. So we're scoring goals. It's good to see. We're getting some goals. We've jumped forward, obviously, now to the 8th of March, and the Champions Playoff group has been drawn, and we are 2 points clear, which means we actually finished the league 4 points clear of 2nd place Arges, and then the points get halved, which is frustrating, but I guess it kind of keeps it a little bit more exciting as you come towards the end of the season. I'm thinking, and I'm hoping, that we are going to win our 3rd title in a row. It's looking certainly promising. What's not looking promising, however, is the fact that we have been knocked out of the Champions League at the knockout playoff round once again. This time Fiorentina were the team to beat us. We did draw 2-2 in the first leg and then lost the second leg 4-3. And I imagine, I've not even seen who's done this, it's late goals. A late equaliser. Oh, that's just heartbreaking. We were winning. We were going through until Quintana scored in the 92nd minute. And then Boss scores in the 118th minute of extra time. Oh, we deserve to win that. We genuinely deserve to win that. But ultimately, then we're down to just 2 more competitions. We could win the treble again. We could do the domestic treble again. We're in the Romanian Cup. We're obviously currently winning the league as well. We're going to jump forward to the end of the season and see how well we do. 2nd. We're in 2nd. What has happened? We've lost it. I bet it was going to be like the last game of the season as well, wasn't it? No, we won the last game of the season. Did we just lose at some point where we really should not have lost the game? There. Craiova. That's the match. That's the match there where Cluj overtook us and leapt to the top of the table and won the league ultimately as well. It's annoying. It's very annoying, but silver lining, okay? Silver lining here. We are in the Champions League. Cluj are in the Champions League group stage. So financially, they are going to get a lot of money from being in the Champions League group stage. We can hopefully qualify for the Champions League group stage, which means there will be 2 Romanian sides in the group stage next season, as opposed to 1 in the last couple of years, which has been me getting knocked out in the playoff round. We also didn't win the Romanian Cup because we got knocked out in the quarter-final. Who won the Romanian Cup? Cluj. Did Cluj just suddenly turn into a much better side all of a sudden? It's annoying. It's annoying, but I'm trying to look at the bright side. We're still in the Champions League. That's a good thing. And also looking on the bright side, we have had some ridiculously good performances, and Dudu's turning into a decent player as well. 24 years of age now, he's managed to get 10 assists, 2 goals. He's got 4 caps, just in case you're wondering. He's had another good year. Thibaut Jacobs on the left-hand side gets 18 assists and 3 goals in all competitions. I wonder whether he got pushed up to be a winger at any point. It doesn't look like it. Because we force-played him as a left-back, it looks like he just played as a left-back. When it comes to goals and assists, we'll cover both with these. Gareth Boyne has got 17 goals and 10 assists from that right wing. Now 31 years of age, he's wanted by a bunch of teams in Saudi Arabia. He's not worth a lot of money. Do we kind of risk it and just take some money, get him off the wage bill and replace him again with somebody just as good next year? It's a possibility. Thanos Letsas has also had a very good year. 18 goals, 13 assists. He's wanted by teams in Saudi Arabia. Is it teams in Saudi Arabia? It's always teams in Saudi Arabia. Again, do we take the money, reinvest, buy another 28-year-old Greek attacking midfielder next year, and we're still in a good position? The mainstay of our side is Mesiani. He's 1 game away from 200 league appearances, 24 goals and 10 assists in all competitions. I'm assuming you were on that left-hand side. You were playing on that left-hand side. Mesiani, he should be a club legend. I don't think he is, but he should be. And the now 20-year-old Josep Luis Montandas has got 32 goals, 13 assists in 50 appearances in all competitions. It's a very good first season. For a free transfer, we have managed to get a lot of goals from Montandas, from Letsas, and from Boyne. We've done very well. He's wanted by teams in Saudi Arabia. Of course, it's always teams in Saudi Arabia. And I just want to sort by current ability, by the way. So Demba Cisse technically maybe could be our best player. And he is very good. He's a very good player. It's going to be Saudi. It's always Saudi Arabia. I think Augsburg are in there. Gareth Boyne is there as a 4-star. Jacobs, Montandas, Bahari, which I think we're not keeping Bahari for another year. But he's not even that good. In all honesty, I don't think he's that good. Letsas is there. Gabakal. Has he got better? Has he? Not really. He's kept 13 clean sheets in 52 games, which is also pretty good. From a potential ability-wise as well, we've obviously got Jacobs is up there with nearly 5. Ignoring Bahari, Cisse's got 4, although his current is 4. Umru still has potential, apparently. We've got Alexandru Fire, who is now 2.5-star current and 4-star potential. So we've still got a lot of decent young players in our squad. So that's good news. Right, final thing we're going to do then, let's take a look at the coefficients. Obviously, we kicked off the season in 7th place. We've got 16.4, so we've better season this year than last year, because I imagine some of the teams in the Europa League and the Europa Conference League might have done all right in those competitions. It means we are jumping up to, I'm going to say 6th. It is 6th place. Qualification places for 6th. 2 people in the Champions League group stage. So next year, if we finish 1st or 2nd, we will be straight into the Champions League group stage. And then we also, I didn't even notice this year we get someone direct into the Europa League straight away, into the league, not through qualifying rounds. Okay, things are going quite well. I want to have a look at this as well. How have we done? 6th. 6th best nation in Europe this season. Not terrible at all. Just going and looking through some of the other European competitions, FC Arges gets to the Europa Conference League semi-final and loses to Man United, who then beat Marseille 7-2 in the final. The fact that they got to the semi-final is quite impressive. In the Europa League proper, Cluj get to the round of 16. In the knockout playoffs, who else do we have? SCSB get knocked out by Lech Poznan. So, I mean, it's not awful. It's certainly not awful at all. So, that's probably why we've done quite well. We've got a big thank you to say to FC Arges because of getting all the way to the semi-final of the Europa Conference League. A competition, by the way, they have already won once, thanks to me. And I have just noticed, Mezziani is a favoured personnel. It's happening. He's slowly getting in there. He's climbing his way up. We've also got Fairhair and Grecu, who are still at the club. The fact that Grecu came through the youth system, he's still here. He's going to be leaving. I don't need him anymore. He doesn't really it's not that he doesn't fit the system. He's just 29 and not as good as some of the other players. But the fact that we've got Grecu, Mezziani, Fairhair all in there. We've also got Hedi Ben Salem, which I don't understand that. He did play 125 times. I guess that's quite good. That's going to do it then for Season 16 with FC Voluntari and our Building a Nation save of Romania. Season 17 is up next, and we need to make sure we qualify for the Champions League and then just do well at football. We also need to hope that Cluj do a decent job in the Champions League as well and not embarrass us, because I think we're losing quite a large number of coefficient points next year, so we need to at least maintain. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.